Savage Kitchen. Today we are doing a cocktail especially for Valentine's Day. Specifically, this cocktail is for Vino Dave and Rob and the 2022 Love Potion Challenge. I think it's hashtag Love Potion 2022. I don't know, it'll be in the description. So the requirements for this cocktail are that it be pink, which thrills me, and that it have a chocolate garnish, which is actually a little bit challenging. Last year, I went a completely different route. I will link to that up here down below. I made a cocktail called the Coconut Crush, which to this day is one of my favorite cocktails. It's creamy, it's coconut, there's grenadine, it is lush and delicious. We're going a completely different direction this year. Today, we are going to be making a chocolate Boulevardier. Partially just because I like saying Boulevardier and partially because I wanted a bourbon-based cocktail. So let's get into what our ingredients are and then I'll talk about why. We're gonna need bourbon, pick your favorite bourbon. Then we're going to need a chocolate liqueur, creme de cacao, chocolate liqueur. Then we're gonna add a bitter element, Campari, and this is both our pink element and our Amaro. And my thought process behind this is that if this is a Valentine's Day cocktail, love is sometimes bittersweet, so we need a bitter element. Enter Campari. Then, because I'm not really in love with Campari, we're gonna sweeten it up just a tad. And I have here simple syrup, and you could use just plain simple syrup. This simple syrup, though, is hot pink because I actually candied some blood oranges in this simple syrup, and it turned the syrup this beautiful red color and gave it just a hint of an orange flavor. So if you have an orange flavored syrup, by all means use that. If not, I've made this cocktail with just plain old 1-to-1 simple syrup, and it is delicious. So either will work. And then finally, a little bit of chocolate bitters just to reinforce that chocolate flavor. But what I'm really excited about today is the garnish. Because I'm just so extra, went ahead and candied orange slices and then dipped them in chocolate. So in doing so, I discovered so many different types of oranges. Like we've got our regular oranges, but then there are Cara oranges, which are pink in the middle. There are blood oranges, which are red in the middle. And then there are raspberry oranges, which are like deep, deep red in the middle. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I actually had this up in my stories and I'll probably post about it. So go follow savage.kitchen on Instagram. And I think we're gonna do a separate video on how to make these because they are delicious. Like just a really good snack on its own. All right, let's mix a cocktail. First up, ice in the glass. So traditionally, a Boulevardier is actually a spin on a Negroni. So a Negroni is Campari, gin, vermouth. A Boulevardier is a whiskey base to that same thing. I personally prefer whiskey to gin, if you haven't noticed. I mean, this might be my Valentine. In our ratio, we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of bourbon. And instead of adding vermouth as you would in a traditional Boulevardier, we're replacing that element with our chocolate liqueur. And oh God, this smells really good. You might like this. I think you should taste this. Just trust. Come on, just a little taste. I know you only like sweet things.
Is it sweet?
Yes, it's very sweet.
It's okay.
That's like...
It's like vanilla-y.
Yeah. And chocolate. Do you taste the chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get you there. Just you wait. But by the end of your time with me, you're gonna be like, I love Negronis and Campari. So 1 ounce of our creme de cacao. So. Yeah, sucks, huh? It's really delicious, isn't it?
It's not even that it's delicious. I'm just like, feeling it over here, and I want to continue to feel it.
Welcome to my world. Then for our bitter element, we're going to take just 10 ml of Campari. If you love Campari and love a Negroni, you can absolutely up this ratio. For me, I have a guarded relationship with Campari. I like it, but I don't like how it overpowers a lot of drinks. So just 10 ml does the job of adding a little bit of color. And oh Jesus, I just poured way too much. It's not gonna work. It adds a little bit of color and a little bit of bitterness, and it balances the sweetness of this drink out. But I personally think that 10 ml is all that it takes. So let's try measuring this again. Where's my little hash lines in here? There you are, you little bastard. There we go, just 10 ml. Like a mad scientist. And then again, another just 10 ml of the simple syrup. Just add a tiny bit of sweetness. If you want it sweeter, you can absolutely add more of this or more of the creme de cacao. Both of those are sweetening agents in this. I love this. Ooh. This is warming. So we're going to be going into a rocks glass over a big cube, but I have this handy dandy ice stamp now with the Savage Kitchen logo on it, and I'm super excited about it. So I kind of want to try this out, and to do so, I'm going to pour our drink first and stamp the ice separately, just because I'm not terribly practiced with the ice stamp yet, and I really want to see what it looks like. And I also don't want our drink to dilute too much while I futz around with ice. Ooh. Okay, so I have my beautiful clear ice cube. Let's see how this works. Now I actually have another ice stamp that I've used a couple of times. It's obviously not as cool as this because this has my logo on it, which is amazing. Thank you, Jason. But since my logo has some fine detail, I want to see what it looks like before, because when you put an ice cube in a drink that already is stamped and pour over, it definitely washes away a bit of the branding that happens with the ice. So we're going to let this just hang out for a second, and then we'll place it in our cocktail. That's so cool. Oh, I love it. Where's my phone? I gotta take a picture. Oh, that's so cool. Can you see it?
Wow.
Isn't that awesome?
Came out really well.
I know.
That was a good gift.
I love it. It's really cool. Now, the part I was really excited about is the garnish. So for our garnish, we have these candied orange slices dipped in chocolate. So yeah, this is a little bit extra, but isn't that why you're here? You could either clip these onto the side of your glass or cut into it and put it on there as a half moon, which is what we're gonna do. So I'm just cutting the edge. And then we're gonna slide that right on to our glass. And there we go. For Valentine's Day, our chocolate Boulevardier. Let's give it a taste. Oh, that's really good. This is a perfect blend of bitter and sweet. The garnish is too. Truly, these are one of my favorite treats. And people kind of freak out about like, oh, orange rinds, but they're candied so they get super soft, a little bit of sweetness, but you keep a little bit of that bitterness, which actually happens to be the base of Campari, just FYI. Oh, pairing these together, really, really good. Okay, I'm not mad at Valentine's Day this year. So make sure you check out the other videos that are part of the Love Potion 2022 challenge. Make sure you go subscribe if you're not already to Vino 60-Second Cocktails, Dave Booze on the Rocks, and Rob from Rob Holmes Bar. They all have great cocktail channels, and I'm just so happy to be able to participate and have fun with you guys. So happy Valentine's Day. Cheers, friends.